Hello, class. So, we are going to start with a small session, and the session is about every time we go for a listening hundred and thousands of stories, and there are many good stories which we listen for the 100 times, we feel like listening once again, which might be like a motivational. So, here I am with you now to share you a small motivational story that will be useful for your life. I feel it so. So let me begin with a small story. In this story, there is a small kid of 5 years. He has seen a board that there is a god who is going to give some fruit, that is an apple. So he has seen a board that God is going to give some fruits, that is an apple. So the god who is giving the fruit is just 1 kilometer from his house. So he wanted to take the fruit from the god that is rarely given. So he wished to go to that place and take the fruit. So he don't inform in the house, that means to our parents. So early morning in the 5 o'clock he start journey and reach that place, and then he go there and he see there there is a long queue. There was a big queue. So he is waiting in the queue, and he is eagerly waiting to take that fruit which is given by the god. And he waits nearly around 2 to 3 hours. So finally he comes to the place. So when he comes to a place and when he gets a chance, so everybody was getting just a fruit which was given by a god. But now his chance came. And suddenly, when God is about to give a fruit, but suddenly, unfortunately, the apple fruit which was given by the God, unfortunately, it fell down, and down there was a drainage. So the apple, it did not come into the boy hand. Unfortunately, it fell into the drainage. So he felt very bad for it. Why? Because since from the morning 5 o'clock he is waiting for that fruit. And since from the 3 hours he was standing in the queue with his leg pain, stomach pain, headache, and that too he didn't inform the parents. He was so worried about it. But finally he wanted the apple that was given by the God. So with that intention he was waited, but unfortunately he didn't get a fruit. The fruit fell into the drainage. So he requested the God and the people who are just giving the fruit to give him one more. Sir, please, I was just waiting from the 3 hours. Even I didn't inform my parents. So please, can you give me one more fruit, because my fruit fell in the drainage. He requested them. But they refused to give him one more fruit. Why? Because no, we can't give you the one more. We are going to offer you only the one fruit. And he requested him like anything. He cried a lot. He requested him, please sir, I have to go back to my home. I don't have a time. Please, I am waiting so much for this. Please give him. They refused him very much. Even though he begged them, they never gave. So finally, since he was a small 5 years kid, he was requesting so much. They gave one more chance. If you want a one more apple, which was given by the God, so if you are willing to take one more, I can't give you very soon. Go and wait in the queue so that I can give you one more fruit. When you get a new chance, you can take. So the boy was like a very much cry. He felt already I spent 3 hours. If I go back and stand, again it will take around 3 hours. So it's too difficult for me, sir. Please, can you offer me now itself? But they refused. Finally, he felt like, okay, however I have waited for the 3 hours. Let me wait for another 2 or 3 hours. Then again he went back and stood in the queue. He is waiting, and he is just seeing whoever the people came, and they took their apple and they went, and nobody's apple fell down. But what is my bad luck that only when my chance comes, the apple fell down. That was his worry. So finally, second time he is waiting in the queue, and now he got a second chance again. So when he get a second chance, and when God is about to give a fruit, he fixed in a mind that I have to stretch my both the hands and have to hold the apple fruit which is given by the God properly. So when the God is about to drop a fruit, he said, wait God, I want to ask you a question. So the small kid, 5 years kid, he asked a question to a god. So what in the sense, since from the morning I am waiting, and there are plenty of the people who came here to take care of fruit, and nobody, for nobody you made the apple to fell down, why it happened only for me? So that was the kid question. So generally not only the kid, every people in the society, they think why only the things happens to me, that too especially whenever the negatives happens, why it happens only to me, only in my life. So in that way we go on thinking. So this story is also related to the same message. What is that is the sense? So why all the negativities happens only to me, why not to the other people? So that is related to this one. So the boy asks a question to our god. So god laughs at him, and finally he replies that I have seen you. You came to this place by the early morning 5 o'clock, and since from the 3 hours you are waiting, and by the moment I saw you, I liked you very much. Then I decided in a mind, I have to give you a good fruit and a fruitful fruit. So, but unfortunately, when you are first time when you got your chance, when I put my hand into the bag of fruits, I got unripened fruit. But I don't wanted to give you that unripened fruit. I wanted to give you a good fruitful fruit. So I missed this chance, and I made the fruit to fall in the drainage. So that was the god's reply, and he told that when you begged me a lot that to give one more fruit, I could have given you easily. But the thing is, there were no good fruits, and the good fruit was still in the garden. And it takes around 2 to 3 hours to be ripened and to be in a fruitful way. So that was my intention, to give you a good fruitful fruit. So it takes another 2-3 hours, so I made you to wait in the queue. So here ends the story, as well as the story begins here. This is not a just story of a small kid. This thing happens everybody's life. That means every time we think why it happens only to me, why the negativities happens only in my life. There are so many members, or there are so many people who are in the society, they are very well, but why it happens only to me? But the thing is, dear everybody, we must not think in the negative ways. For whatever the negativities that happens in the life, there is some fruitful thing stored in the store. That is the intention. So whatever the things happen negativity, we must think that there is something double positivity in future. That is the benefit what we are going to get. So this is the conclusion from this story. Even the student's life, many times you might have been feeling that why these things happens only to me, why the failures in the subjects are only to me, the other people who are enjoying, they are good with the results, such a things. So be in a positive way, that whatever the negativity happens here, there is a future with a positive. So be in that positive mindness and keep moving and have a happy life. Thank you.